Hi everyone, thank you for joining me. This is Living Divinity. I hope everybody is doing well. I hope the weather's getting better where you live. Let me begin by reading out of the Bible. So I opened the book and I got Luke 1. Many have undertaken to draw up an account of the things that have been fulfilled among us, just as they were handed down to us by those who from the first were eyewitnesses and servants of the word. Therefore, since I myself have carefully investigated everything from the beginning, it seemed good also to me to write an orderly account for you, most excellent Theophilus, so that you may know the certainty of the things you have been taught. And this part begins the birth of John the Baptist foretold. And I'm going to not read it all at this moment, but I'll read some. In the time of Herod, king of Judea, there was a priest named Zachariah, who belonged to the priestly division of Abijah, his wife Elizabeth, who also a descendant of Aaron. Both of them were upright in the sight of God, observing all the Lord's commandments and regulations blamelessly. But they had no children because Elizabeth was barren, and they were both well along in years. Once when Zachariah's division was on duty and he was serving as priest before God, he was chosen by lot, according to the custom of the priesthood, to go into the temple of the Lord and burn incense. And when the time for the burning of incense came, all the assembled worshippers were praying outside. Then an angel of the Lord appeared to him standing at the right side of the altar of incense. When Zacharias saw him, he was startled and was gripped with fear. But the angel said to him, "Do not be afraid, Zachariah. Your prayer has been heard. Your wife Elizabeth will bear you a son, and you are to give him the name John. He will be a joy and delight to you, and many will rejoice because of his birth, for he will be great in the sight of the Lord. He is never to take wine or other fermented drink, and he will be filled with the Holy Spirit even from birth. Many of the people of Israel will he bring back to the Lord, their God, and he will go on before the Lord in the spirit and the power of Elijah, to turn the hearts of the fathers to their children and the disobedient to the wisdom of the righteous, to make ready a people prepared for the Lord." That is really beautiful. I think that's the first time I read Luke. Okay, so I kind of broke it down to like 2 readings in one instead of the whole coot and caboodle. Okay, so beginning with Gemstone Guardianship cards and your soul purpose. And I pulled 2 cards, so let's go with the first one. Emergence Caregivers, Lapis Lazuli Stone. On the back it says, "I accept the impermanent nature of life. I easily adapt to my changing environment. I assist people who are challenged by changes." So that is under healing. Does the process of arrival and departure from this great planet intrigue you? Is giving comfort to others of utmost importance to you? Birth is the process of becoming a human here on Mother Earth, and death is the process of being born into the next phase of one's journey. Emergence caregivers are birth and death guides. They support the emergence of an individual at the beginning and end of life on this planet. While the process is arriving in life is birth, so we know it here. I look at the dying process also as a form of birth, birthing into the next dimensional reality for that soul and spirit. The life paths of doulas and hospice caregivers fall into this soul purpose category, healing. When the emergence caregivers and lapis lazuli card arrives in your day, it signals a time for you to contemplate how you are emerging in this present moment. Observe the various aspects of your life and determine if you must give extra care to something you are birthing or bringing into reality. Rather than a human birth, it may be a project or some type of realization that has been growing and ripening for some time. This card may also be a sign that you are being called to help someone you know as they prepare to give birth or as they prepare to depart from this world. This calls for increased compassion and understanding for others during their process. Find ways to improve the quality of their life. Lapis lazuli can help you focus on and find ways to deal with the emotional turmoil, physical, mental, or emotional, to heal and find inner peace. Come on, get over here. I'm sorry, my dog was going a little crazy there. Let's see. Where did I leave off at now? Lapis lazuli is a good vibrational match for this life path because it amplifies your spiritual connection and reminds you to call on the angelic realm to bring you guidance and inspiration so you can be the best caregiver you can be. Lapis lazuli can help you improve your concentration, focus, and attention on the important details during potentially emotional time. The deep, dark blue energy of this gem can assist in calming frustration, anger, and the fear of the unknown. Let's see. Okay, the next card we pulled is the General Contractor, and the stone is pyrite. And the affirmation, I focus on my intentions and take positive action to manifest my goals. My confidence is rock solid. I am prosperous and abundant in all facets of my life. So let me read that for you. That is under building. I should know that because I did contract work. Let me see, building. Do you recognize the value of a strong foundation? To be successful, general contractors need to be proficient in managing the necessary subcontractors, the schedule, and the order of tasks, the project budget, payments, and more. The general contractor and pyrite card accentuates the value of overseeing a project from foundation to completion. Pyrite, a very grounding stone, which crystallizes in the cubic system, geometrically matches the energy of building. The cubic formation aligns with the work contractors build. When the general contractor and pyrite card shows up, contemplate how you manage the order of tasks in your own life. From start to finish, growing in block formations, pyrite's inherent energy offers a strong foundation to start improvements on some of your core beliefs about yourself. Apply the energy. Stop it. Apply the energy of this life path and its matching stone to your daily life to improve the flow of energy. Focusing on pyrite helps strengthen your self-confidence and financial success. Use this stone to encourage self-empowerment and inner strength. This card is a reminder for you when you need the fortitude to move forward with work. No matter how great or small the job, let it prompt you to actualize good wealth management skills. I am part of and grew up in a family of contractors, including my dad and brother, as well as my uncles and most of my cousins. That's a lot of contractors in my world. I often give pyrite as a gift to my contractor family members. Pyrite is also a perfect stone for bringing awareness to how your family interactions established your foundational core belief system, which affect how you interact in the world today. Okay, let me see. These right here. Next, we have the Akashic Tarot. And I'm going to read the cards in order of how I receive them. First one is an 11. The Ark of the Covenant, Major Arcana. That's my dog. If you hear him snoring. Let's see. The stars are shining on a serene desert night. Fires burn before a number I had to turn the heater off. Fires burn before a number of white tents. Inside one of the tents just beyond the open front flaps rests the Ark of the Covenant. Two men sit by a crackling fire nearby. At the most mundane level, this card can represent a beneficial legal contract or title transfer. It also can show successfully working with professionals such as brokers and lawyers. More often, it indicates that you are living true to your own karmic contract, facing your lessons of growth, working toward greater discoveries, and bringing your unique contribution to the world. Your karma does not rule you, you rule it. When the work becomes too great, taking a rest doesn't break with your covenant, it supports it. You understand the phases of time and energy, and you work within those phases. Some of your karmic directives at this time may involve other people. If so, make sure there's no urgency, need, or personal agenda in play. Do not let yourself get pulled into an emotional drama. Know that the things that require your attention now reflect a commitment that has a far-reaching influence that may impact your present as well as your future lives. So continue to work toward your highest purpose to uphold the sacred covenant. You have to touch the world with your light. Close your eyes and imagine the Ark of the Covenant opening before you. Within it, you see the contract that contains your highest purpose. What is that purpose? Sense one word and one action you can take to pursue it. Next, we receive one of forces. Let's see. Like the Akashic field, the aurora borealis flows with energy and brilliance as charged particles from the sun interact with atoms in the Earth's atmosphere. The 93 million miles from the sun to the Earth is nothing compared to the limitless consciousness of the Akashic field. All information, power, energy, and experience vibrate within this realm of unending truth and possibility, and every bit of it can be yours. Receiving this card upright tells you that amazing opportunities abound at this time. You can increase or accelerate the experience by opening the doors to the Akashic records. Your life force energy resonates with universal synchronicity now, so you can explore the records and receive exactly the information that you need and the energy that can help. Engage in the pursuit with a conscious focus. Write your intentions and ask for inspiration. Meditate on the Akashic field and visualize your goals. The universe is ready and willing to align with your heartfelt desires, and now is the time to make it happen. Now close your eyes and imagine yourself entering the boundless and brilliant Akashic field. It's almost as if you're stepping upon the Milky Way, and all its stars roll out before you, offering their light and power. Feel this profound force igniting your dreams and lighting your way. Next, we have Shanghai Community, number 8. Inside a room, people are seated around a table, conversing with interest and energy. There are many icons from different groups and societies. A caduceus, a sunflower, a Tibetan bell, an Egyptian scarab, a dream catcher, and a Star of David are just a few. This card indicates that it's time to join or rejoin your group, your ashram, your tribe, or your sangha. Whatever you call it, it is a community that connects you with others of like-minded purpose and activity. There are many communities in each person's life, and still more that return from past lives. For instance, you have your family, friends, and work associates, but you also have the people with whom you share many creative, cultural, and spiritual purposes. New friends can also be coming your way at this time. Be open to these new connections. You will not only find help with current directives, but you may also reawaken past life relationships, talents, and disciplines. It's time for a happy sharing of your discoveries. Close your eyes and start to feel a new community come around you. People gather and you sense the support of kindred souls. Take a look around you and notice what you sense about the individuals there. Who are they and what purpose do you hold with them? Next, we have the King of Scrolls. A man holds a scroll as he looks across a well-groomed garden. A number of scrolls lay on the garden bench next to him. He is the King of Scrolls, a man of learning, and he can be helpful to you in a number of ways. This man may be present in your life already. If not, you'll be meeting him soon. He may be an author, teacher, or communicator who will assist you in some professional way. He could also be a friend who brings wisdom through his own studies and spiritual practices. Be open to the guidance this man offers, for it could help lead your life in exciting new directions. As with any of the kings and queens, the King of Scrolls may also be a new love interest for you or for another. Depending upon his location in the spread, his wisdom is compelling, and there are likely to be many interesting and lively discussions. This card may also represent you or someone you know who is longing for deeper understanding and a greater clarity of thought. Now is a great time to pursue new interests, perhaps even enroll in some classes or attend a lecture or two. A position in teaching, counseling, advertising, writing, publishing, or the like may be on the agenda now. A treasure trove of discovery is waiting for you, so let your mind and your life soar. Take a deep breath and pull in the energy of the King of Scrolls. Feel yourself fill up with a new sense of wisdom and heightened communication. Your mind and vision grow with the power of the King of Scrolls. Is there something you'd like to learn? Next is the Seven of Scrolls. Work on a Renaissance cathedral has just begun. At first, the building seems modest, but in time its grandeur will reach several stories high and across the centuries. But now piles of stones and rock dot the scene. A mason bends, focusing intently on a plumb bob that hangs next to a partially built wall. This instrument helps him determine if the wall is straight and true. At a very basic level, this card could indicate building or renovating a home or business. This card also shows that you're on your way to greatness, but it requires attending to even the tiniest of particulars. Be diligent with the specifics in your strategy and pay considerable attention to detail and follow through. While you may have a long-term goal in mind, the small steps are what's important now. Even the most magnificent cathedrals were built stone by stone, day by day. It is only by heaping up the small that the great can be achieved. There's a situation in your life that requires your attention to detail right now. Close your eyes and imagine that this situation is a puzzle in pieces on a table in front of you. Imagine the individual pieces and sense what you notice and feel about them. Next, we have a 5, the Hilarion Major Arcana. Let's see. Seen here with spirit and the implements of study and scientific discovery, Hilarion is a powerful ascended master and a wonderful connection to the font of information that the Akashic records hold. He is the master of research, science, truth, healing, logical mind, concrete knowledge, and spirit communication. So if you've been thinking about pursuing an endeavor in these areas, now's the time to start. Like the angels and other masters, Hilarion is always available to you, and receiving this card upright is telling you that his assistance is close at hand. If you are working on a project that requires research, a strong academic approach, and attention to detail, it's full steam ahead. It's time to open up to this master's energy if you have a job that involves any type of evidence detection and drawing conclusions from that discovery. These types of jobs include scientists, research, mediumship, forensic activity, the law, medical testing, and more. These and similar activities should be on the rise for you now. This is the time to bring a logical approach to all your pursuits. Hilarion is right there with you, blessing you with help, clarity, and direction. Now close your eyes and sense the Master Hilarion beside you. Feel your energy lift and your vibration quicken. Notice a new mental energy of alertness and easy understanding. Your mind is open like a boundless sky, and everything becomes clear and bright. Bring the brightness to any situation in your life that needs clarity now. Next, we have the Three of Scrolls. Let's see. Three of Scrolls. The captain of a ship stands on the forward bridge, surveying the horizons through a telescope. Two officers nearby refer to an unrolled chart. A rainbow colors the sky. This is a great time to broaden your horizons in both your personal and business lives. Do not limit yourself to only one direction. Your opportunities are greater than just what you see. When you widen your scope, you will find your way to limitless options and boundless wealth. This card can also show a potential partnership or affiliation among three people who can be helpful on your path. Travel or relocation may be on the agenda too. Imagine you are a ship upon the sea. The wind has filled your sails and you cut through the water with ease. Feel the exhilaration of boundless freedom and the assurance of going wherever your will drives you. Where are you headed? Next, Major Arcana 15, and it's the Muse. The Muse plays a song of upliftment and imagination. The petals of inspiration drift upon the wind, filling the air with light and creativity. This card shows a time of very heightened resourcefulness and inventiveness for you. Any creative project, new or old, can receive exceptional energy now, both from you and from the universe. Call to the spirit muses and let them join you and the Creator within to lift your project to the skies. Close your eyes and touch in with the force of inspiration and pure potential. A swirl of music, beauty, movement, and imagination flow through you and around you. You can give birth to any possibility. Feel this power of creation now. Next, we have the Eight of Keys. Inside a bright and bustling artisan's workshop, apprentices are busy at their workbenches, which are arrayed with the beautiful fruits of their labors. The master artisan pours a number of beautiful shining gems into the open hands of one of his apprentices. This card indicates that you now have the opportunity to offer your talents, your purpose, and your gifts to the world, making a contribution to many. Do not be shy and do not hold back what you have to share. It's not the time to hide your light under a basket. Oops, I gotta turn the page, I'm sorry. Let's see. As a matter of fact, you may find yourself teaching or training your skill set to others. You may also be demonstrating your gifts and performing your talents publicly. Even if your gifts lie in the ability for loving, compassionate care, you will be sharing those gifts with others. In this period of time, you can build your reputation and take advantage of the opportunities that come your way. So take action, put yourself out there, and let yourself shine. There is much beauty and empowerment for you to bring to the world. Close your eyes and feel yourself filled with all of these gifts you have to share the world. Sense those energies pour through your heart and mind and out to the people around you. Feel the ease of this sharing. You cannot be drained, for all that you give flows back to you unceasingly. To create return, do this sharing frequently. Next, we have the Five of Keys, wishes fulfilled. The scene is a bright and full storeroom, a larder for a sizable and successful estate. Inside are keys and coins, wines and spices. Also within the room are a number of baskets filled with a bounty of fruits, vegetables, breads, flours, sugars, and grains. Even the many windows look out at the expanse of your world. This card is a sign that the time has come for your wishes to be fulfilled and your dreams to be realized. Difficulties may have challenged you for a time, but even in these, victory is assured. There is an abundance of sweet nourishments and acquired lands coming. The key to the castle are yours. Celebrate. Close your eyes and feel someone hand you a set of golden keys. One of them opens the most important door before you. Open the door and see what lies ahead. Next is the Queen of Keys. A queen dressed in a gown of rich colors and textures stands atop the tower of her great castle, happily looking over the rich, verdant hills of her domain. In the far distance, her husband returns from his travels. This card represents a woman of authority. She is sensitive, helpful, and thoughtful. She is confident in her authority, but always happy to celebrate the success of others. She could be a love interest for you or someone in your life. Besides referring to a positive woman of business, this card can represent you or another who is about to climb the ladder of success. Position in banking, investment, real estate, and management may be coming. Self-employment in any industry could also be at hand, as well as greater financial independence, increased authority, or creative autonomy at work. Take note when the Queen and King of Keys appear in the same spread. If they are facing each other, even if they're across the table, it indicates a deeply profound relationship in love or business that is of great value. If the Queen and King have their backs turned towards each other, there could be a break in communication or a lack of connection and shared purpose. Let's see. Feel the Queen of Keys beside you. Sense the support she has for you. She is ready to give you a key for your own life. The key may be a feeling, a word or idea, or a symbol that informs you in some way. Take this key now and sense what it means and how it feels. So I know we had thought we had a king in here. Let's see. Oh, let's see. We've got the King of Scrolls. They're looking at each other. Yeah, got the King of Scrolls. So the King of Scrolls and the Queen of Keys are actually looking at each other. Okay. One of Scrolls on the track. I think I read this earlier today. A man at a train station looks over his shoulder at the signs that point to other tracks, but he has already looked at his map and made his decision. He lifts his foot to step onto the train. Though travel or a move can be indicated by this card, the meaning is often about your choices and directions. You may have been ambivalent about taking a certain track in your life with regard to a project, a relationship, a career directive, or even a location, but now it's time to decide. Even if you're not quite as assured as you'd like to be, the engine is smoking. There is a direction that compels you, so get on board. You will not falter. Okay, whether this card is upright or reversed, imagine yourself stepping back through the stone archway of the station and into the adjacent card. There is a waiting room for your train, where you prepare for your journey. The information there can help you get on track. So the Queen of Keys is on one side. Take a deep breath and say, I'm back on track. Feel the clarity of that declaration and let that energy fill you. As the state of readiness moves through you, sense just one simple action that will realign you with your purpose. Okay, next we have the Three of Keys. Okay. Three of Keys. Three of Keys. A game is played on the chessboard. Some of the pieces are sidelined while the bronze queen lies on her side in the playing field. The people represented by these chess pieces are not usually those you meet for enjoyable pastimes. This is a card of political and social conflict. You may be in store for difficult interactions in group settings such as board of directors, corporate hierarchies, management disruptions, or conflicted family situations. Those sides seem to be clearly divided. Many of the people involved are really out for themselves. Deceit is present, and you may not be at all certain about everyone's motives or strategies. It's time for you to take an emotional or even an actual step back. The more you get involved and the stronger you hold your position, the more heated the situation may become. No matter how challenging, try to maintain an inner peace. Don't participate in any battles or allegiances, but don't let yourself be deceived either. Look at everybody coolly and unemotionally. The people around you are serving their own agendas. Try to detach, be objective, and treat everyone involved from a deeper source of wisdom without being misled. There may come a time for you to leave or distance yourself from the situation, but because of circumstances, it may not be here yet. For now, let yourself be a knowing observer and watch. Let's see. Close your eyes and feel yourself upon a chessboard. Really put yourself there and take a look around you. See who the other players are and how do you feel about them. What do you want your next move to be? So now we have the King of Keys. So you see the match. They're back to back. They're not looking at each other. Let me get it real quick. Oops. Because we did this card first and then this card came second. So if this is the case, there's some reason why the two have their back to back. So probably it could be a miscommunication. It could be not communicating. It could be other people getting in the way. It could be other people telling that, like say it's the maid and she tells the king one thing but tells the queen another. So it could be something like that. You have to put it into your own situation and if it resonates or not and how it resonates. And then what do you do about it? In any matter, the two have to talk, right? They have to look at each other eye to eye and talk about whatever situation that's going on in their kingdom, right? Okay, the King of Keys rides a splendid horse toward a great castle in the distance. He is happy and at ease as he travels home. This is an entrepreneurial man with civil or commercial authority. He is confident, astute, and perhaps overly focused on his work or career. Though he can be very thoughtful and helpful to you in business and financial matters, he is often more goal-oriented than people-oriented. Keep this in mind if this man turns out to be a love interest for you or another. Whether the King of Keys represents you or another, he, beyond the outlook for a major promotion, a heightening of income, or furthering of career achievements. Career in finance, real estate, business are typical for the King of Keys, but management in any industry can be forthcoming. This may also be a good time for self-employment and business expansion for you or a man in your life. Okay. So it says, if the queen and king have their back to each other, there could be a break in communication or lack of connection and shared purpose. So it has to do with communication and being honest and both speaking. Anyways, close your eyes and feel yourself step into an important position of power and wealth. You become the King of Keys and you feel yourself straighten and lift with new strength and authority. As you survey your world, decide which part of your life you would like to approach with a greater sense of rulership. Okay, we have two more cards. Next is the One of Keys, the Architect. A man and woman in rich Egyptian dress stand at a table filled with structural drawings and measuring utensils. He is the architect of all they survey, and he points to an unseen building in this expensive project. Throughout the scene, many workers toil on foundation, pylons, and palaces. At a mundane level, you could find yourself involved in a building project or renovating and redecorating your home or workplace. Most important, this card shows that it's time for you to step into a position of power. In order to do that, you must recognize your talents and strengths as well as your authority to take charge. An opportunity beckons that utilizes your skills perfectly. Feel the command you have over the great scope of the situation and take charge. Okay. Whether the card is upright or reversed, look at the adjacent card to the architect points, to which the architect points. See, I think we talked about this before. Okay, he's pointing to the right. Okay, what does it say? It can show you some specifics about your plans or change of plans. It can also alert you to unseen events or people of influence that are not yet known to you. Now close your eyes, take a relaxing breath, and move deeply into the authority and confidence that come from your external truths. You are in easy command. Feel your talents and power stir within you as you design the destiny you seek. The adjacent card is the Eight of Scrolls. So when I look at that card, I just see the 8 as the universal number. So it can bring a lot of abundance to whoever's hearing this, whoever's resonating with it. Okay, let me get to 8 of Scrolls. Paths unknown, as well as each path has something beyond it for opportunities. So, woodlands, animals gather around a woman who stands in a small clearing in the forest. The fork before her breaks into 3 separate paths. The middle is clear and bright. The left is much darker with more trees and growth, and the right is dappled by sunlight with a few shadows falling here and there across it. This card reveals that you've been traveling on a path that's known to you, and it shows you the way to the expected outcomes, but there are 2 other paths that aren't as clear. Remember, if you stay with only the known and seemingly safe, you won't catch the unseen opportunities that can come your way. Some options may be unexpected and perhaps a little risky. Do not be so attached to your agenda that you miss them. Happily, during this phase, you can investigate unknown paths and make the decisions that lie before you with confidence. You are flexible and brave enough to step into the shadow. Stay alert. Extraordinary opportunities abound in the least expected places. Okay, let's see. So the past is a 1 of keys. Regardless of it, whether it's up or down, the paths can give you more insight to the neighboring cards to reveal how your past and future converge in the present. The path that goes to the left will take you to the adjacent card and show you how a past life is influencing you today. The right-facing path will take you to the adjacent card that shows the influences on your future endeavors and relationships. So the path on the right is still unknown because this is the last card. Close your eyes and see a path cloaked in the shadow before you. It might be a little scary because it's unknown. Step right into the shadow and feel yourself fill with excitement and uncertainty and unknown opportunities. Are you ready for a surprise? Well, that's the end of our reading. Let me get the cards together so I could let you know what we have. And don't forget to go down to the bottom of the box and read the prayer, okay? I'm going to try to do that every time because prayer helps. All right. So we have 3 ones. We have 2 threes. We have 2 fives. 1 7. Wow, I didn't even realize this. We have 3 8s. So we have 3 1s and 3 8s. We have 11, 15, and we have a King of Scrolls looking at the Queen of Keys and vice versa. And then the King of Keys has his back turned, as well as the Queen of Keys has her back turned. So it could very well be a three-party. So it has to be figured out. Someone's going to get caught up. And then that's kind of how I feel is these people are the real couple. And it's hidden to him that she's been spending time with this one. And that's what's not being talked about. Okay, that's the end of our reading. Thank you for joining me. I thought it would cut down if I just did 2, but it turned out to be 50 minutes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Sending you love, peace, light, joy, harmony, and of course, love and healing. God bless. We'll see you the next time. Aloha.